Welcome back to you students. In this video we are going to learn about the seeds. Seeds is a considered as a matured ovule which contains tiny plant known as embryo. Means last video we have learned ovule is inside the ovule female cell is there. When that fuse with the male cell and form the zygote, that zygote form the embryo. So that ovule we can say is the seed. So according your book also given there, seed is divided into the three parts. What is that? For example, this is the seed. This is the seed. So here outer layer is there, no? That is called the seed coat. It is protect to the seed. Okay. Seed coat. This one. This is the seed coat. It is outer layer. It is protect to the seed. Then after that, embryo. That is the baby plant. See here, middle of that embryo is there looking, no? It is the embryo. Okay. This embryo again we can this containing like that radical which is down part is that radical. That radical grow as a baby roots. Grow as a baby roots. And which is upper one looking that is a plumule. This plumule grow as a baby shoot. Okay. Then along with here looking here, this is the cotyledon. Seed leaves we can say. What we can say? Seed leaves. Along with some of the seed having the seed leaves. What we will do actually? The seed leaves store the food for the baby plant. Some of the seed having the seed leaves. Some of the seed having the does not have the they have seed leaves but they can't store the food. But one more thing, that is the endosperm. What is one? Endosperm. It is the tissues. Endosperm is the tissues which is that store the food. Okay, store food. It is the tissues which is store the food. It is also providing the food to the baby plant. So this is the about the seeds. Then types of the seeds. Types of the seed. There are two types of seed is there depending upon the seed leaves. Number one is that monocotyledon lindanus, and second one dicotyledonous. Monocotyledonous and dicotyledonous. Here mono one cotyledon or seed leaves, di two cotyledon or seed leaves. Okay, first of all we are going to learn about the monocotyledon seeds. Okay. In the monocotyledon seeds, there is only one seed leaves, but there what will do means here it cannot store food, but in that seed having the endosperm. What is one? Endosperm have the food or store the food for the baby plant. For example, see I am showing here some rice is there. This is jar, yellow color jar. These are the monocotyledon seeds. Okay, monocotyledon seed, rice and jar. It is the example of the monocotyledon seed. So they have the only, we can't break as a two equal part this one. So that's why it's the monocotyledon seeds. Then second one, dicotyledon seeds. Cotyledonous. Dicotyledonous. It is it have the two cotyledon, two seed leaves, and it became the fleshy because of the store food. It is become the fleshy because of the it is storing the food on seed germination time. Okay, it is cotyledon develop into the first green leaves in the some plant, some in seed. When the seed is going to germinate, That time this Catlin then develop into the first green leaves of the young plant, and then what will do, that green leaves, that is the cotyledon and became the green leaves there, no, that can help for the photosynthesis also. And it has the store the food, along with food they became the green leaves, and it can help for the photosynthesis also. This type of the seeds does not have the endosperm. Endosperm is the absent. Example is that pea, bean, gram, and pulses. It is the, I am showing here, no, gram. It is the this gram having the two seed leaves. If you in your home also having, you can eat that one. Okay, this is the this is about the dicotyledonous. Then next topic is that dispersal. Dispersal. Already you have learned in the lower class. What is the dispersal? Distribution of the seeds from the parent plant. Distribution of the seed from the away from the parent plant is called as the dispersal. Dispersal. What is the need of the dispersal? Why? If there is no dispersal, means if seeds will not go away from the parent plant, means all seeds fall under the parent plant. So what will happen? All plants, all seeds at a one time they will germinate. They will be compete for the food, for the water, for the air, for the that some competition will be happen there. So this dispersal help the wide distribution of the seed. It can, if they are not dispersal, means they can't distribute the another place. They will fall at one time only, one place only. So it is help for the wide distribution of the seed. It also help the survival of the large number of the seedling. At a one place means they may be die. They may be not get, parent plant will getting all the food. The parent plant absorbing the water. How they will get the baby plant? That's why it help the survival of the large number of the seedling. Okay, then seedling under the favorable conditions. It helps to cover the barren land with the plants. In some of the places there is no plant. If the seed will be dispersal, means what will happen? There also can grow the plant. Like that, which place is there is no plant, that place, that plant, that area also can start to grow the plant, and it can cover the land. Okay, then it is prevent, it is stop from the competition for the food and space and light due to overcrowds. So it is, there is advantage there about the dispersal. This is the advantage of the dispersal. Okay, then what are the agents? How can it be dispersed? Yeah, we know that wind also one agent, water also one agent. Okay, elements also one agent for the dispersal of the seeds. Let's see how can wind and water and animals can disperse of the seeds. So what is the characteristics of seeds which is dispersing by help of the wind? If you see, means the seeds which is carrying by the air, that seed having very small and light in weight. Okay, some of like that drumstick and cinchona and poppy and maple and sunflower and cotton bear the hair tufts. See here one example here. Here is the one type of this dandelion. What is one? Dandelion plant. The seed is how dispersing. They have the tough hair, so it is easy to carry by the air. So it is taking by the air from one place to another place, dispersing. Okay, and for example, poppy one seed also is there. Poppy, but poppy seed is that the mature capsule has the pores. Mature capsule have the tiny pores, has the pores, holes. It is in pericarp. Every seed having pericarp, no? Instead having the pores, then when it capsules sway in the wind, when the air will be reaching that, when the air will be enter inside the tiny pores, it is sway in the wind and scatter. seeds are scattered, distributed to some other place. So like that, there are example of the characteristics of the which is dispersing by the wind. Then what is the characteristics of that seeds which is dispersing the water? That seed which is dispersing by the water, they have the spongy and fibrous outer coat. The seeds have the spongy and fibrous outer coat. Example is the coconut and lotus. They both can coconut and lotus. They both can carry by the water. Why? Because the seed having the spongy surrounding spongy is there, fibrous is there. That's why we know that coconut can float in the water. Then last one is the animals. Animals. What is the characteristics of the seed which is which is the dispersing by the animals? See here, I will show to you some pictures here. See here, Xanthium. What is one? Xanthium. This has the hooks. This has the hooks. It is stuck body of the animals. Then one more is there. See here, what is one? Tribulus. In our book also some given there. Some type of the seeds, they have the like that here. Tribulus have the spines. Tribulus, example, tribulus having the spines, hooks, spines, and this also having the hooks. Medicago. Okay, this type of the plants. What they will do, they produce this type of the seeds which has the hooks and spines. They are stuck in the body of the animals and they are carrying by that, and after after the go away some place, it will be it will be fall down another place. Like that, some of the animals also help in the dispersal. Okay, so it is that about the dispersal. Okay, like that, some animals and wind and water can help for the dispersal also. Thank you. In the next video, we are going to study about the germination, seed germination. Okay, welcome back to you. In this video, we are going to learn about the seed germination. Already you have learned the lower class. What is the germination? The process by which the dormant or inactive embryo in the seed becomes active and grows into the seedling is called as the seed germination. Seedling into the baby plant is called the germination. We can say that one. So here, what is the process of the seed germination? We know that when the seed get the water and warm and air, first of all, seed will be absorb the water and will swell up. That process is called as the imbibition. What we can say? Imbibition. When the seed will absorb, seed could absorb the water, and then what will happen? That seed will be swell up and seed could will be rupture, it will break. So that process is called as the imbibition, we can say. Then after that, due to the water, that embryo start to become the active and start to grow as a baby plant. In that seed, we know that after that, in the embryo is having the plumulin radicle, and radicle grow as a root and plumulin grow as a shoot. Okay, so this is the germination. Then we know that some of the seed having the cotyledon, while the germinating the seed, that time that embryo is collecting or taking the food from the cotyledon or endosperm, because that cotyledon endosperm, it is became the soft due to the water. Okay, so like that, this process we can see in the germination. There is a two type of the germination is there. How many of the two type of the germination is there? What is that? First one is the epigeal germination and hypogeal germination. What is the epigeal germination? What is the hypogeal germination? We can see now. I will show you one. See here bean seed. So this bean seed, when getting the water and became the soft seed coat, and it burst and due to the water that embryo start to grow, become the active, and see here producing the radical. It is radical grow as a root inside, and after that plumule is there no growing as a shoot. Then this cotyledon coming out of the soil. See here again came up. It became the in the some plant became the green leaves. So here cotyledon in the epigeal germination, in epigeal germination what will happen means cotyledon comes out of the soil, comes out above the soil and form first leaves of the seedling, and it can help for the synthesis of the food also. For that, while after that it will be shrivel, it will be wilt, it will be dry and fall down. What are the example of this epigeal seedlings means here? Example that pea, groundnut and cotton seed. It is the example of the epigeal. What is we have to remember here? In the epigeal, the cotyledon comes out of the soil and become the green and form the first leaves of the seedling. It may help already storing food, and it may help the synthesis of the food also. That is the epigeal. Then what is the hypogeal? In the hypogeal, I will show to you germination here. Maize see here. Okay. Here monocotyledon is here. Here is the monocotyledon. This hypogeal we can see in monocotyledon and dicotyledon also. But listen here, in the maize if you see means here that embryo become active and forming the down the plumule. So radical form as a root, radical growing as a root system, and plumule growing as a shoot system up. See here. But here cotyledon remains under the soil. But here cotyledon comes out of the soil, but here under the soil. This is the main difference between the two germination. Okay. Then here first leaves develops from the plumule only here. First leaves develop from the plumule, but here first leaves develop from the first leaves is developed from as a cotyledons. Okay. What are the example of the hypogeal means here? Maize. Example the monocot seed and gram. I should know here on some gram. This is the gram. Okay. This is gram also. So the hypogeal germination gram. And pea. Example the dicot seeds, which is showing the hypogeal germination. Okay. The next topic. What is the need? What is the need for the germination? Condition required. What are the things need for the germination? First of all, we need seed need the water, air and warmth. Three is very very important to grow germination. How can help the water? What is the help? How can help the water to germination means? For example, what is the help means? It is moisture. It is makes the soft to the seed coat. And in your book given, it is activating to the embryo, help to active into the embryo. Before that, inactive stage having that one. When the water absorbing that seed, due to the water it is become the active embryo. Okay, and water help the dissolve the food. Then which is the dissolve the food? It can transfer, and as well as it makes the enzymes to work upon the food because of the water, which is the enzyme having in the some chemical substance having in the food that seed. It will become active and work on the food. Okay, this is a very very important. This is the helping of the water in the germination. The next one, air. Air is that what is need for respiration? Oxygen need the seed. Why? While the seed is germinating, they need the energy for growth. Not only growth, for getting the energy for cell division also. How they will get energy? By the oxidation in the respiration. So without oxygen there is no growth, there is no cell division. That's why air also need for the growth of the plant and getting the energy, and they will grow under the favorable condition. Okay, the next one is the warmth. Temperature also very important to grow the to the in germination. You know, some of the seeds may not germinate in the summer, and some of the summer flower fail to germinate in the winter. Means different some of the seeds in the germinate in the summer season, some of the seeds germinate in the winter season. Okay, for example, summer plant like that rice and maize and millet, they need the what is the range of the temperature need for germination? Means 25 degrees centigrade to 40 degrees centigrade. Okay, and some of the seeds, winter seeds of the winter, like with wheat, gram, and bean and pea, they need the level of the temperature. What is the range of temperature they need? Means 10 degrees centigrade to 20 degrees centigrade. 10 degrees centigrade to 20 degrees centigrade. So like that, for the germination we need some conditions required, that is the water and air and warmth. So like that, when they getting the seed, these three type of the conditions, then seeds start to germinate and grow as a baby plant. Through this chapter is over. Thank you.